Man, I should have known to check that. That's like a rookie mistake. Alright y'all, so I'm here in the shop as you can see. I'm about to get loaded up real quick to go finish up a job. It's going to be a little wet because it did rain most of the day yesterday and probably about half the night, but hey, I'd already got it started and I've got a window here today before I got something to do this afternoon to get it knocked out. So I'm at least going to try to go finish that one and see where I'm at when I finish it. Like I said, I got about almost half of the mowing done the other day, and then I had to go do something. So, but I'm here in the shop real quick, and let me turn the camera around and talk about something. So you can see here, I got the Z960. So I am up to, let's see, 3.4, almost 3.5 hours already. As I said in last time I talked about this 2 or 3 videos ago, it's a beast. So yeah, I can't believe I did it. Rookie, kind of an amateur thing, I guess, not to think about checking it. But the tire pressure when I bought the mower, I bought it, started cutting with it. It was still cutting pretty good, but I normally run about 14 pounds in my tires. So I was checking these the other day, and it just all of a sudden dawned on me after 3 hours of mowing. So I brought it back to the shop here and checked it. The one on that side was at 20 pounds, and this one was at 19 pounds. So I let some air out of both of them, got them down to about 14 pounds. I think that's what I let it down to. So 14 or 15, I think it's 14. So we'll see. Maybe that'll help it catch a few more little blades of grass, but it don't miss many, hasn't yet. So, and I think in the initial video I mentioned something about this being the seat suspension spring, if I remember correctly. I think it's what I pointed to. That is not what that is. This is a deck lift assist spring. And I will tell you this. As you know, I had a Z920M with the 54-inch deck. This here has the 60-inch deck, and it is far easier to lift this deck with the foot assist pedal than that 54-inch deck that was on my other mower. Night and day better, which is really awesome for the leg that has to do the lifting. So, so that's what that is. I mentioned that in the last video. Great ride on the suspension seat. Obviously adjust forward and backward. You can adjust the seat back to lay back a little bit or sit up a little taller. So that's a fully adjustable seat. Overall, I mean, it's a Z-Track. Y'all know my thoughts on the Z-Track. I've had the 920 for a number of years. Loved it. Just kind of had to step it up a little bit and get something with a little more oomph. So, first 3 hour thoughts. Love the ride. I'm still probably going to wind up going after some Z-Glides for the front for a little bit of assistance with that. I've heard a couple of people have mentioned from the previous video about going with the wheels, but we'll see. I've never had a lot of bad luck with tires, at least overall, at least with the mowers. And so I believe Mr. Jack Bush over at Bushwhackers Lawn Care, they have a Z960 with the wheels, and he highly recommends it. So that may be something kind of down the road that I do make a change to. But overall, good power. Haven't really bogged it down much. 1 or 2 times where there was a lot of leaves that had kind of chopped up and got really, really thick, trying to push that debris out the deck. But other than that, I mean, it just runs through it. I've already taken the discharge chute flap off. I do that on all my machines. You can see I don't have it on the Skag. I don't have it on the 590. So, yeah, great ride, good cut, solid machine. Love the, like I say, the spring assist on the deck. Haven't really had any trouble. I know some people mention this thing sometimes when you shut it off after cutting with it backfires. I've heard people talk about that. I think it's just with this motor and maybe the 1000. But so far, if I just let the mower sit for about 5 or 10 seconds minimum or so, after I'm done cutting, idle it down, let it sit for 5 or 10 seconds, and haven't had a problem with that. So I really like the slight change to the fuel neck here, with it being angled out a little bit. So that's really cool. So yeah, initial thoughts on a review on the Z960M is it's definitely a solid machine. A few things I noticed that were different, like the fuel neck, the spring assist. I did notice on the grease zerk here, it's not on the one on the other side because it's directly in the back. But with this one being at a little bit of an angle, they did put this protective guard in it. I think I pointed that out in my other video, but that's a really cool idea that Deere put in there. Obviously, these things are built like a tank. I know this is different. I know my 920 didn't have this when it was new, but this little bumper guard here that's added, like a skid guard. I think this actually comes with like a medium to high lift blade, whereas the other, like the 920 when I bought it years ago, it just had the standard lift cut blade on it. So it's nice that they started doing that instead of the standard blade. Putting the lift blades on there is really good and helps push that grass on out. The 31 horse Cowie, awesome. It's actually, I think now that I've run some fuel through here, I do think the float was sticking a little bit, because I've already run it half as long as I did before. I mentioned it in that one video where I had to put the gas in it that I talked about. So again, I know it's going to be a little thirstier on gas, but hey, it is what it is. I always ride with the ROPS down. Some people ride with them up. I don't have really any properties where I run this mower where I need it up. The one property that I have a really pretty steep slope on, I use the V-Ride. If y'all have watched my channel, y'all have seen me get the mower stuck against the fence on that hill, because the front kind of slides down a little bit. I think I did that twice last year. And I had to use actually the 920, my other Z-Track, with a ratchet strap and just kind of hook it to the frame and just pull the front off the fence so that I could get the mower to kind of go up away from the fence. So I use that on my slopes. V-Ride does a great job. But anyway, back to this machine. The everything else is pretty much the same as the Z-Track that I had, the 920, with the exception of the seat, the engine, deck size, deck lift spring. The fully adjustable seat weight here is great. This is your seat back adjustment, so when you turn it, like I said, it moves the seat back and forth. These are adjustable up and down with you just turn this knob one way or the other, and it just adjusts how far down these go, so that when you pull this in, your elbows can rest easy on that. Haven't tested the speed on it. I still always love the deck height adjustment here. It's visible with the arrow. Just line it up. One thing, I know somebody was demoing one of these and they talked about getting used to how to release the deck and lock it. One little thing that I use to remember that is up and in and down and out. So if you want to lock it up, when you lift the deck up, you turn the knob in. If you want to let the deck down, when you get ready to let it down, the knob goes out so you can go down. So down is out, up and in. Just one way to help remember that, if anybody's thinking about buying a Z-Track. Okay, real quick, y'all. Video's kind of jumping around. As you can see, I'm in the truck doing this. I'm going to try to edit this into the video. So real quick, one thing that I don't think I mentioned in the review part of this is the steering, handling of the Z960. So John Deere uses the tough torque transmissions, drive motors, and they are awesome. My 920 had 1,700 hours on it. Basically all I did was routine maintenance on it, never had an issue with them. They stayed even, they stayed true, no slop in them, so really smooth. No different with the 960 so far. I know it's new, 3 hours, but very smooth, responsive handling and steering from the machine. So those tough torque transmissions are top of the line. So just wanted to kind of throw that in there. That was one thing I didn't mention, was the steering. So I wanted to throw a little segment in there about that. And I kind of think that's it. So if I missed anything, y'all got a question about anything, leave it in the comments. Like I said, I'll try to get this little part edited in there, so it'll jump from the shop to here and back to the shop for the ending. We'll see how that goes. And I may just edit the other video and do a wrap on this one. So there you have it. So other than that, there we have it, the John Deere Z960M. Hopefully you enjoyed my thoughts on this and the kind of joking moment there at the beginning about the PSI check. Hey, it's one of them things, y'all. So I got that evened out. I'm going to get this loaded up so I can go cut some grass. But that's going to be it for this part. I may do another video, mow it a little bit, but that's the review and thoughts on my Z960M. 3.5 hour review, we'll call it. And y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all got one of these newer Z-Tracks, put your thoughts down there below about yours and the one you have, or if you've had one for a couple of years, let me know. So one of these days John Deere's gonna sponsor me with some stuff. Nah, I doubt that. Just joking around. It doesn't matter. Going green, y'all. So again, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts. As always, y'all be safe, be kind, be blessed. I'll catch you on the next.